Did you post that shot?
No, but I have it. We are live now.
Okay.
So I can pull that up when you want to talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead. So you said we're live?
Yes, sir. We are live.
Let's see. Good afternoon, good morning. We are on Studio Route 6. Just had a very humbling lesson and a reminder about the power of trusting God and facing your fears and doing things doing things afraid and just really trusting God. And if you can see the shot, right as Lisa was sending me the link for us to get on, that's what I was facing. There was no shoulder. There was a sign for road construction and a hill. And right before I took the shot, three trucks were coming my way. So didn't know what to expect or how we were going to navigate this, or if we were going to be able to even be together at this time, because didn't know how long that stretch was going to be. But if you can see, they're still actually doing work. Let me see if you're seeing that shot. They're actually still doing work on the road. But even in that, with my reservation and fear for what was coming next, it actually turned out to be a huge blessing once we navigated that hill. Because what happened was they had torn up the street and put those orange cones there. So towards the end of it, although initially it was very scary, it turned out to be a huge blessing because I was on the unpaved, uneven side of the road with the barriers. Although there was no shoulder, there was a even greater distance between me and the nearest car. So just even in those moments when you're afraid, you place your trust in God and know that this is a journey and a vow that you have given, and you trust God to see you through it. And the only way you begin to develop that trust and develop your spiritual muscle is by going through it. You couldn't go around it, couldn't go over it, couldn't go under it. You had to go through it as we continue to journey to walk 312 miles from Cleveland, Ohio to ALCS. So just a huge blessing and just an awesome time. I also want to give a special shout out to Advanced Auto in Vermilion. They turned out to be a huge blessing because I really needed to use the bathroom and there was no public restrooms available at that time. And so they were kind enough to allow that to take place. And so we're very grateful for Advanced Auto in Vermilion. It is day 2 for those of you just checking in. Our verse for today is Matthew 7:7. And I pray that you make that a part of your spiritual journey today, to just remain persistent and active and present in your prayer life, in your spiritual life. I pray that our scholars and staff at Ascension embrace that for today, and just the persistence when class gets a little challenging. The scholars may not be receiving the lesson that well today, or you're having a hard time receiving the lesson that your teacher is presenting. Remain persistent and know that God is going to work it out for all involved. And we just get excited about the fact that we serve a God who is there for us as we continue on this journey, and he is prepared to show us where that answer is and where that answer can be found if we are willing to hang in there and not give up too soon. Again, for those of you who are on Walk312.com, that is the place where you can follow us as we stream, where you can donate, where you can get your walk merchandise, submit your prayers, and make Skippy number 1. And it is very windy, but I think I might be able to eliminate the wind for just a few moments. I think I see Terry up there on the left. So I will cross over and hop in the car to eliminate the wind.
And I just have to tell you, as you talk about Skippy being the best, Jif is up $60.
I am excited that you all are supporting your misinformation. That's a beautiful thing. So, because where your treasure is, clearly your heart and peanut butter are awesome. And so, no, I think that's wrong. No, that's not Terry. So you'll have a windy experience just a little while longer. Congratulations to all of you who are misappropriating your funds behind Jif. But we still have several days to go on this journey. It is. So yes, I will cross the street and we will hang out for a few minutes. On day 2, we are, I don't want to say deep, but we are in Vermilion for some miles now. I think we are slightly, I can't see any of that. What is it? Jif is number 1. Is that what that says? Huh? For the time being.
Yes, it does.
We still have several days left in this journey. Yeah, I'm going to see about crossing over and get in the car for a few moments. As I stated, we're slightly over, I believe, 18 miles at this point. And we'll journey on. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning so far. Pray that the staff and scholars at ALCS are having a good time. And we have made it to the car, so we'll rest for a second and hang out and then get back to the journey. I'll let you all.
Hello, everyone.
Can you hold that for a second?
I sure can.
I got it.
How's everyone
Hey, Terry,
doing?
how you doing?
Hold on, I'll take the headphones out so he can hear as well. There you go.
There you go. Hi.
Hi, Terry. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful.
Did you stop and get some crossword puzzles?
I haven't found any yet. I stopped at a couple places, but they didn't have any.
Oh my goodness.
So I haven't run across no big store yet. They've mostly been little small stores, but no one's had them yet. But
how's the protein bar situation?
oh, it's I put a pretty good damage on that first pack, but I still got another pack, so I'm good. Yeah, it's it's looking really familiar from last year. Just coming the other direction though, but I've seen a lot of things that I remember. So it's going pretty good.
That's great. Are you counting cars today, or what are you doing to pass
No,
the
I
time?
gave up on that one yesterday. That one got my brain hurting. So I'm going to no, I'm just sitting here just listening to the radio, news radio. And that's it.
There you go.
Like I said, Pastor don't give me much time to do too much of nothing anyway, because he walked them 2 miles in no time. Every 2 miles.
He's certainly pretty quick.
Yeah, he moves. Yeah, he got a good pace going on. So yeah, he got all my respect.
Oh, go ahead.
I said he got all my respect. I'm gonna tell you. Couldn't do it.
So how long does it normally take him to reach you?
Between 25, maybe 30 minutes, somewhere in that area.
That's quick.
Yeah, for 2 miles. I mean, he's trucking him along, but he's doing about 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's quick.
Yeah, he's moving. So,
Keeping you on your toes.
yeah. Well, that keeps me from falling asleep.
There you go.
Yeah, he went past me earlier today. I didn't see him.
Oh my.
I was playing on my phone trying to dig up some maps or something I was doing, and I looked up and I saw him in the rearview mirror. I said, "Oh, he done went fast." So yeah, I gotta keep my eye on him.
He's a tricky one.
So how you guys
So
doing
Pastor,
today?
we're doing good here. We
Wonderful.
are doing good.
That's
Yep.
great.
Do they have any
Do
questions?
you have
for
a
me?
big breakfast this morning?
No, I don't normally do breakfast.
Ah.
You know, if we had a hotel and they served some bacon, I'll probably eat 3 slices of bacon. But other than that, I usually pass on it. I'm basically a one time a day eater, and I eat my protein bars, so I'm pretty good.
There you go. Is Pastor eating some peanut butter and crackers?
Well, I saw him eating some yesterday walking down the street, but I haven't seen him eat them today.
Yeah, that happened earlier.
Yeah, he said, "Yep."
Here's the bag.
Oh.
Here's the empty bag.
Ah. How much peanut butter have you gone through?
We're probably through half of one of the jars because you also have to get some in at night.
And how many jars do you have with you?
Two. We'll probably have to stock up on rest day.
I'm thinking if you went through half a jar yesterday.
Probably about there. Yeah. So yeah, just enjoying day 2. I think we're right around 18 miles, probably a little.
I got you at 17, but I don't have the point miles, so you probably
Okay.
about 18, maybe a little bit over 18
Yeah.
miles.
So we are almost, well, we're past halfway, so
Yeah, you passed halfway.
we won't have much longer today. So on day 2, any questions so far? I can tell you that being in the car is not a good thing. That heat starts to spoil you and your body starts to settle down. That does not need to take place.
So Leslie wants to know, do you make hotel reservations or just camp out at the nearest spot?
What I do is when we get close, I start scanning for hotels, the closest hotels, and then when Brian gets to me, I'll say, "Here are our choices," and we'll choose from that, depending on the distance where you got to go to get to it. And then we will probably reserve it before we get there, if we can find something.
That's important.
So far, we've been lucky, but it can probably get pretty challenging, especially going back the other direction, because it was. But we'll make it happen. Whatever, we'll make it happen. But I try to scan for them so I can have 2 or 3 options if they're available to choose from, because they're You know, some of them want to charge you a little bit more than others, so you got to be careful where you go. So,
So do you know what town you're planning on staying in tonight?
It all depends. Because we're Vermilion, so I don't know how close. I believe we're getting to a point where we're probably going to have to do some driving to hotels. So it all really depends on what is the closest that will, and the most reasonable that determines where you stay. Because we're going to start,
yeah, the towns are getting small.
yeah,
So, yeah.
getting into smaller towns, and we probably got another half a day before you get anywhere close to Sandusky. So it will really depend on what is the closest. So just because we stop in Vermilion doesn't mean that's where we'll be staying.
So then that kind of answers Leslie's question. She says, do you have camping gear just in case?
Yeah.
No, it that's kind of the entertainment for the day as well, figuring out where you stay and how long it'll take you to get there and get back.
Yeah, because that also goes for dinner.
Right.
You hit and miss. Don't know what you're gonna have.
All right. Important question. Leslie
Okay.
wants to know, are you stopping at Cedar Point?
They're not open, and that was the challenge last year. We wanted to stop with Larry and Judy, but they don't open until after the walk is over. So no, but that was going to be the rest day last year, to stop at Cedar Point and do that, and we were going to try to see how many people we could get uh, to wear their walk gear and join us at Cedar Point, but Cedar Point is not open yet.
I mean, I guess that's a sacrifice you have to make to have cooler weather.
I mean, I'm okay, but it sounds like when we'll be in Sandusky, it'll be hot enough.
Yeah, the temperature's gonna be rising. It's gonna get close to 80.
Yeah. So we have to get our walking gear together to be able to do that.
All right, another important question. Nick Coster wants to know, so do you consider your hat to be Bears orange or Browns orange?
Seeing as that I am not a fan of either, let's call it Brian orange.
You are a big fan of orange.
It just happens that those are not really a big fan, but I've noticed that when it comes to skull caps, it's a very popular color. So the majority of my skull caps happen to be that color for whatever reason. We'll have to dig in the skull cap bag to see what comes out next for tomorrow. Just whatever's on top is what ends up next.
Yeah. As long as I got a hat, that's all that matters.
Right.
I don't care what color it is.
I liked last year when it was raining and you had your yellow raincoat on with the orange hat popping through. You looked like a little rubber ducky.
So again, as this is day 2, we are somewhere between 17 and 18 miles. We are in Vermilion. Our Bible verse for today is Matthew 7:7. We are continuing our 312-mile journey for Ascension Lutheran Christian School in Gary. For those of you who are close enough and willing and able, on April 29th, we will have a completion of the walk celebration from 1 to 3. Please come out and join us. Please make sure you're getting your walk gear also. Those proceeds also go to support the school. And we just hope that everybody is having a wonderful day as we continue to walk. And stop wasting your money on Jif.
Did we find out what Terry likes?
Lisa started a competition between Skippy peanut butter, which I eat, the crunchy for the peanut butter and crackers, and Jif and Peter Pan. And so now you can vote by donating to see which peanut butter you like, and whichever one wins is going to be the best. Do you have a peanut butter favorite?
No, as long as it's crunchy.
I love it. No, as long as it's crunchy.
And then let's not forget Nick out there with Smuckers.
Yes, and Smuckers. So yes, day 2 was able to have an opportunity to jump in the car, and we don't have any wind for our conversation today. Is there anybody else with any other questions? As stated earlier, we are between 17, close to 18 miles in our 30-mile journey for today. And then we will have the adventure of where we rest tonight.
So Leslie would like to know, have the scholars called you yet? I remember their program for you last year.
No, we met with the scholars last week before I left. And we will probably do a chapel Zoom with them next week. But yes, we had time together during their chapel last Wednesday before I left in person to allow them to ask questions and do their interviews last week. But yes, we will be on with them live, I believe, and I'll have to double check with my wife. I believe we're setting that up for next Wednesday.
So how much water do you go through walking?
Probably about 2 gallons right now. I'm anticipating that getting closer to 3.
5. I mean, 80 degrees.
Right. As it goes on, you just kind of gauge. You can feel the need for increased hydration. But yeah, somewhere around 2 gallons right now. But there will be times where easily 3. And who knows what will happen as we get hotter. So again, thanks for joining us on Studio Route 6. We are in Vermilion. It is day 2. We are close to 18 miles in of our 30-mile journey for today. And Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 is our scripture verse for today.
I don't think I'm seeing any other questions at this point.
Okay. How's the walk going for you so far, Miss Lisa?
I'd say it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. I have Maisie here with me today. For those who don't know, that is my dog, who is the therapy church dog here. So she's being nice and quiet right now, which I appreciate, because it would be a little bit disruptive for her to start barking all of a sudden.
Okay.
But no, it's going well here. It's nice and sunny out here today, so, but still nice and cool. So wish we could send you that nice sun.
Okay. All right. Well, if there are no other questions before I start to really lock up, I am going to sign off and continue our journey to 30 miles as we continue walking for ALCS in Gary, Indiana. Thank you for being a part of our walking family here on Route 6. I am looking forward to praying with you all when we start our 3 o'clock time together, praying at 3:12. God's blessings to all of you. And remember Matthew 7, verse 7, and allow that to ground you throughout your day spiritually today. God's blessings to you, and I will see you later. I am the walking pastor. I'm back. 312 more miles. Let's go. Last year, we walked from Gary, Indiana to Cleveland, Ohio. This year, we're reversing the route. The goal is the same, $3,120,000, one step at a time. Cleveland is where my ministry journey began. Gary is the home of Ascension Lutheran Christian School, whose scholars we are walking to support. Last year, we asked and you responded. Because of your generosity, we were able to fund academic support, and we have seen test scores rise. We were also able to address much needed building repairs. Seeing where God took us last year, the journey for these scholars continues this year. We walk Monday, April 17th at 5 a.m. Follow us live at 8, 11, and 3. At 3:12 every day, we will gather for prayer. At Walk312.com, you will be able to not only follow the journey, you will be able to donate and purchase your walking gear. All proceeds go to support the scholars at Ascension Lutheran Christian School. Let's go.